London. Miss Vianova from Berlin, Germany. Put your hands in the air. You know these words, sing them back to us as loud as you can. Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. Louder. Don't get carried away. Okay.
Hi everyone, Bruno Recommends Records here again, and today I'm gonna talk about a concert that I went to see with my son Gabriel. He also loves this band. We're talking about a German band called Vianova from Berlin. I knew about these guys last year. They're this new band. They exist for a couple of years now, but only last year they put out their first record. Before we go into their record, I must say that the concert I went to watch, they were not the headliners. The opening act was called TSS. They're like this trio, but they play with the drummer live, so it's four elements live. They have the metalcore with the gent kind of riffs, but they mixed a lot of this cross between a new metal and emo core kind of style. Although it wasn't my kind of music, they played so tight and so well that they made me appreciate and enjoy their gig. The headliners were a band called Novelists, and from what I've researched, they kind of had two male lead singers before this lead singer, which is a female vocalist, and she's amazing, man. She's amazing. Her performance, her attitude, let's say, her singing is really top notch. There was a little bit in their gig where she started singing by herself, and then the music came along. That was amazing. What really most impressed me were actually the guitar players. Really technical stuff. They were really tight, really professional. The great performance. Although, like the first band, it wasn't the act I went to see, but I didn't become a fan, let's say, from the band, but they made me enjoy the concert, which I wasn't expecting. Actually, to be honest with you, I was expecting to, after Vianova, the band I went to see, which were like the middle band, I was thinking initially to just come back home because I don't live close by. Me and my son, like I told you, we went specifically to watch these guys. We're big fans, and we didn't went to their tour in February where they were the headliners because they didn't have a date in London. And London is the closest place to us. So we waited for this concert, and it was amazing. What I'm talking about, Vianova, and the name of the album is Hit It. The reason why I stayed and watched the Novelists was because I took this album cover with me on a tote bag, and as soon as they finished, I approached one of the musicians, which were the bass player, Raul, and I asked him with a pen, could you sign my my album cover? And he laughed, he signed, but he said, look, we're going to be in the merch stall by the end of the gig. In the end of the concert, they came out and they all signed. They just four as a band, but one of the signatures in here, I think this one, is related with the person who produced, recorded, which is, I think it's Tom, if I'm not wrong. And he's playing live like a second guitar player. There you go. This is the back. I'm going to show you the insert. I have everything aside. You have the insert with the lyrics. I know some people don't like this kind of signatures on the main cover, the front cover. And Alex, the lead singer, he asked me, what's your name? And I said, oh, it's Bruno. So he wrote for Bruno with these huge letters, which I know that would put off lots of people that I know, but I really like it because it kind of personalizes my album cover. So this one is mine and the rest is from anyone else. It's like a recuerdo, let's say, memorabilia from the concert. And my edition comes on this kind of transparent color, which are kind of pink, red, orangey mixture. They were selling, I saw someone taking out the record in a concert. The one they're selling on this tour are kind of prettier, in my opinion. They're like transparent with kind of a splatter. But anyway, this is the first pressing, let's say, so I'm pretty cool with it. I also bought a t-shirt. I'm gonna show it like this. So you have the logo Vianova, and in the back you have like this caricature from the band, which is really cool. So I'm showing like this so I don't have to stand up and all that stuff. I put a question on the title of this video, which is metalcore still can be still fresh, sound fresh and new nowadays? And I'll give you an example. With all due respect to the other two bands, TSS and Novelists, they're pretty tight, they're pretty good. But let's say that they're very good bands playing what was already done and redone. And I don't say that Vianova is not redoing the formula. And they go towards the mixture of like that gent metalcore thing with a more commercial approach of what is considered commercial nowadays. The first song, like you just watched, has even the vocoder effect, which I really hate, but it kind of works in the song because you are not expecting, is the first song in the record actually, you're not expecting what is gonna come next. So it kind of makes it work, and I feel it's necessary in that specific song. I think it's the only song they use that effect on the voice. Alex really doesn't need that. But they kind of mix this like new pop, R&B. They have a little bit of funk, a little bit of like 60s, 70s vibe in that sense, in that kind of R&B funk sense. But the way they do it, it doesn't sound like other bands, like, for example, Sleep Token. I really admire them as musicians, but they just don't say anything to me. So with all due respect, I don't listen to Sleep Token because I don't enjoy the music. I like the intention behind it, but I don't think like the result at least attracts me, let's say. Well, but they have like quite the following, so they're doing whatever they do, they're doing great. But Vianova is like, I don't know what they did and how they do it, but they did it, okay? They did it. They made me appreciate the mixture of metalcore with music that usually I don't like. And I really love the whole record. There's no skips for me. And there's lots of different songs. Usually in this kind of genre, it gets kind of repetitive, and they don't sound repetitive, at least for me. So this is a 10 out of 10 record for me, and I'm really glad I finally saw them live. And here we go. This is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check the band out and see you in the next one. Let's go for one more song. Cheers.
Nice. They say no guarantee, but it's coming for you, for you, for you and me. Will we ever side to side? everybody from the floor.